I'm Nick Seco from HomeRight Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Welcome back to Let's Talk TriState, all powered by HomeRight Windows and Doors in Waynesboro. The right choice online at homerightwaynesboro.com. Now, it's been a minute since we've had these two friends on Let's Talk TriState, unless you guys were here before with Tiny.
I was.
You were, okay. All right. Well, it's been a while since you've been able to chat with me, but we have Arcadia Clever. She is the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Chambersburg and Shippensburg. And then, of course, Jess Brindle, who is the Director of Marketing and Communication Relations. And so, ladies, thank you again for spending time with us today on Let's Talk TriState.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. Before we, kind of get into what's going to be going on for back to school time, because that's, top of everybody's mind, let's just go through briefly the mission of the Boys and Girls Club for anyone who might be unfamiliar.
Okay. Do you want to take that one?
Sure. So the Boys and Girls Club is a before and after school program. We service all of the Shippensburg area school district elementary schools, and then we're at Andrew Buchanan and Chambersburg Clubhouse in Chambersburg. So we provide a safe place for kids to be after school and before school in Shippensburg. We help provide mentorship and do some fun programming with the kids. And I kind of like to sum it up as we like to help raise good humans.
Is it elementary or is it elementary through high school?
Yes. So right now we service kindergarten through 5th grade. And during the summer we have 8 weeks of summer camp. And that is kindergarten through 8th grade.
Are you still doing your summer camp, or did you just wrap it
We
up?
just wrapped it up on the end.
Yeah, it was the 8th, I think,
The 8th,
right?
yeah.
How was it?
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
What were some of the high points?
Oh, there were a lot.
Yeah, sure.
So this year was the first year that we had our own clubhouse site in Chambersburg. And so kind of having that home base, I think really made a really cool impact for the kids, because not only was it a safe place that they were used to coming to, I mean, it's completely designed for the purpose of serving kids during the summer and after school. So
they probably have some ownership in it a
they
little
do.
bit.
They do.
It's their place.
Sure.
It's just for them. It's not their school building. It's a place where they can come have fun and hang out and be safe.
Their art is on the walls. There's whiteboards in there, and they use it for their art projects. We were able to really kind of have a lot of our own equipment that just lived there all the time because it's our space. And it was incredible. So that was in Chambersburg.
Do you have a clubhouse in Shippensburg as well?
So in Shippensburg, we operate out of the schools,
Okay.
which is also awesome, but it's just a little bit of a different format. So in those schools, we usually operate in their cafeteria, their gymnasium, or sometimes the library, whatever works for them. So that's how we operate there. So.
And how many students do you have in each county? Do you know the answer to that question that you service?
Well, the county line is hard, but we can.
In general, between the two counties, do you know the number?
So between Chambersburg and Shippensburg, I think we're at about 320 total children served so far
from the
this
beginning
year.
of the year until now.
Yes, so year to date through the end of August.
And do you find that those numbers are going up every year, or about are staying pretty consistent?
Yeah, so they're gonna adjust. So during the school year. So basically, during school year, we have some kids that we serve that we don't serve during summer camp, and vice versa. So summer camp, there's usually a boost in that number, and it'll go up again in the fall, sort of as, you know, the people that are in the schools change. So we'll get kindergartners that will add to club and, you know, that sort of thing. And this fall will actually be our first season after school in our Chambersburg clubhouse.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And then the before school program runs what time?
6 a.m.
6 a.m. is when the start time. Wow.
Yes.
Until school starts.
Until school starts.
And
so that happens in the Shippensburg school districts, in the Shippensburg schools. So parents can drop their kids off anytime from 6 a.m. until about when school starts. We'll get them a snack. We'll do some light programming with them. It's a little more unstructured in the mornings, but then they're there until school starts, and then they just dismiss them right to their classrooms because they're already at their home school.
Sure. And what are some of the activities that you offer with the Boys and Girls Club?
So the Boys and Girls Club offers, we have 4 pillars. We have healthy lifestyles, character and leadership, academic success, and workforce development. So, and all of our programs kind of fit in one of those boxes. You know, we do a lot of STEM. The kids love art projects. And then, you know, some character and leadership things, healthy lifestyles. We teach them how, you know, not only like eating healthy, but then like healthy relationships with their friends and things like that. And then
social emotional learning.
Social emotional learning is huge right now. And we do a lot on that.
And during the summer, we have a lot of visitors,
Yes, we do.
which were really fun.
They
so
were.
we had a friend from one of the local banks come, and he did a financial literacy course
Oh, that's
for the
great.
kiddos.
Yes.
We have our friend Nick from Negley's Water. Do you know Nick?
He, Nick Roth?
Yes.
So, quick side note. When I was doing my student teaching, I did it at Pangborn. And he was a third grade teacher there, and so I got to know him through. He was a wonderful educator.
So funny.
Yes, he is so good with the kids.
Yeah.
He does a water cycle lesson, and we always attend
always
because
go.
it's
It's
so
our
fun.
favorite.
Like,
Yeah.
he is wonderful.
He was
He's
excellent
actually
with the kids.
one of our board members too. So
Really?
yeah, we're very lucky to have him.
Well, you tell him that Katie says hello.
We will do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is great.
he's an awesome human.
And now, do the kids rotate through the different pillars, or
Yeah,
do they
so-
choose? How does that work?
So during summer camp, we have like kind of like rotations. So they'll have some free time, and then we'll go into rotations where they go to each station, and they'll do like, you know, art in one. They'll do STEM. They'll do character and leadership skills. They'll do like triple play, which is physical activity, or like body, mind, soul stuff, and then like the social emotional stuff. So they kind of rotate through every day.
Are you implementing any new activities, or do the activities stay the same from year to year?
There's always a little bit that's different.
Yeah, we change it up, but then there's some that's kind of consistent.
Like the
we have
staples.
curriculum from the Boys and Girls Club of America that we do use, and then our staff is able to also add on to that as well.
And I think with everything that we learn about like mental health needs for our kids, that's always kind of adjusting. So we survey our kids to kind of see what their needs are through the course of each season. And so we're able to respond and adjust our programs to what they need.
It's like teaching. I mean,
Yes.
you have the curriculum, but you have to alter it and adopt it to your students. What work, because everybody's a little different.
Yeah, and each group every year is a little bit different, and some of them will lean towards one thing or the other, and they'll kind of, you know, add more enrichment in that area if they notice like an interest for the kids. So, and that kind of changes every year.
Is this open to any student, K through 5?
So in Shippensburg, so the school districts have a rule that to attend the school at the site location, like at the school, you have to go to that school, or like in the case of Shippensburg, like they have a satellite school, Grace B. Lours, at Shippensburg University, and those kids can enroll in the club site based on some criteria. So we're able to do that. Same with the Andrew Buchanan site. It's specifically for the kiddos that go to that school. But the awesome part of this clubhouse that we just opened is if you have transportation there, you can come.
Anybody can
Anybody can come. K through 5, you can enroll there for after school at Chambersburg. And that's awesome to us.
Yeah, that is great.
Yes.
And that's nice that you guys do not provide transportation.
We do not.
Not right now,
Yeah,
no.
that's tough. That is a daunting task.
Yes.
Especially with the 300 some kids you guys have. And then after school, how late does the program run?
6 p.m.
Wow,
Yeah.
6 to 6. And are all of the kids together, or are they separated by grades?
Oh no, they're all together.
They're all together.
All together. We do group them up whenever they do like programming. We'll have like usually 2 programs running at a time, kind of separate them up a little bit. But it's nice to kind of have the older kids with the younger kids because it helps them build maturity and
models,
leadership,
yeah.
things like that. So we try to keep them together as much as we can, and we buddy them up.
Yeah. Sometimes I just remember, when I was teaching, having the kindergartners and the 5th graders together for anything was like, whoo! How do I do this? Had to be really strategic.
Yeah.
There's a fee for the Boys and Girls Club? Is that correct?
There are. So all of our programs, they do have a fee, but it's based on family size and income.
Oh, nice.
So, we want to meet everybody where they're at, have that little bit of social responsibility for the families in there too. We work with everyone. So, we're not going to turn somebody away.
We're not going to turn you away. And actually this year we do have a bit of a grant through the state called the Boost Act, which is able to provide us with some money for scholarships. So we will have some full year scholarships available
That's
as well.
wonderful. Now, you guys are currently hiring.
Yes.
We are.
Okay, can we talk a little bit about what you're looking for?
So we're looking for a site director for a Nancy Grayson site, which they would be in charge of running the whole site in the morning and the afternoon. They would have a staff of 2 to 3 people that they would be responsible for as well. This is something that's really good for someone that's looking to become a teacher. I used to be a teacher, and I kind of got out of it once I had my kids. I subbed, and then once COVID hit, I didn't have a job, and then I found Boys and Girls Club, and it's been a really wonderful fit for me. So I feel like, if that's something that you're really interested in, working with kids, or maybe you want to be a teacher, we have a lot of students from Shippensburg University that are going to school to be teachers or in the social work area that have been really great employees. So we have the site director, and then we also have youth development leaders, and they're the ones on the front line working directly with the kids daily. They plan lessons, they run the stations, and they supervise the kids, and they're providing the most mentorship for the kids.
Are these full-time positions?
Unfortunately, they are part-time.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can work in the morning and the afternoon if you're interested. You can work at 6 a.m. till like 8:30, and then from 3 to 6 p.m. We're pretty flexible, especially with college schedules. We're very understanding in those needs and try to, fit you in where you can and get you where you're at.
Do you guys do any work with Shippensburg directly with any of their teaching programs where the teachers can come over for academic credits and work with the Boys and Girls Club?
We do offer internships as well, and they're always welcome to come visit if they want to do observation hours. They're welcome to come as long as they have their clearances.
Yep, I would highly recommend anybody who, before you go into education.
Oh, absolutely.
Do something.
I always say, I wish I had worked at the Boys and Girls Club before I started teaching, because you gain so much more knowledge and experience working with the kids, planning lessons, and also interacting with parents, which is something that you don't learn in college. You don't get that experience.
Sure.
So I feel like it's a really good way to kind of dip your toes into the education realm and get some experience under your belt before you start.
I think also, too, with programs like the Boys and Girls Club, the kids are moving. They're up, they're moving, they're loud. It's not always structured, we're quiet in a classroom. It's very different.
Yes.
I think about field day. It's a whole new ball game than just being an educator in the classroom. So definitely encourage anybody to check that out before they go into education.
Absolutely.
But it's wonderful. Kids are so fun. They're
it's
so
a
much
lot
fun.
of fun.
Yeah, I can imagine
fun.
It's a wonderful job. And you guys have a golf scramble coming up. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so on September 19th at Eagles Crossing in Carlisle, we're going to have our annual golf scramble. So the tee off is at 1 p.m. It is a fantastic day.
It's a lot of fun.
We do not golf, but we look forward to it because it's so fun.
Yeah, and that's a great time of the year too, right?
Yes.
Middle of September.
Yes.
It's perfect.
So we're hoping. Last year, I think it was like one of the hottest.
It was very hot.
It was very hot.
We're hoping it's a little cooler this year.
Yes. And then you put a team together. Is there a fee to?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are sponsorships available. So we do the golf tournament to raise funds for. We talked about those families that don't pay the full amount. But even realistically, the full amount that the highest family is charged, that's not the actual cost of the program.
We really try to keep our costs low so we can service everybody.
Sure.
And we just believe in so much in the difference that what the programming is going to make, that we want to make sure that it's affordable and accessible for everybody. So we do things like the golf tournament to raise funds so that we're able to keep those fees affordable, and supplement, so we do have some scholarships. Those will go, they will not go unused.
I'm sure.
And then there will still be more kiddos that need some assistance. And so that's why we're raising funds for the club. Those go directly to,
right back into the
funding that programming.
You have to eventually get new equipment for and that gets highly pricey.
It does. Yes.
So I can imagine, it once you buy some equipment, it doesn't stay,
well,
you have to eventually replace it.
It's amazing. Whenever we were getting things for the new site, we were shopping for chairs.
Oh,
and
forget it. Even the little wobble chairs,
they're costly.
They're probably between 30 and 40 a piece.
They are. They are. We ended up buying from a supply company.
We did a lot of chair
research. A lot of chair, more than I ever would have thought.
You guys should have called me.
Or should have
called me because I went through all of this when I was a teacher. I ended up, because I couldn't afford it. It was way too expensive.
Yeah.
And even if you use, we had a little stipend as a teacher, I was like, I could get maybe 1 or 2 chairs, So I ended up getting the metal ones, same thing but metal, and they would fall over.
I'm sure
all the time, and that noise. That was it. After about 2 weeks, I thought, nope, that's it. We're standing, or you're sitting in your own chair. That's the end of it. Yes.
Right. So if anybody out there needs help purchasing chairs,
we got you.
We got you.
We're experts now.
We're experts now, but these chairs, they were so expensive.
Yeah.
And then we got done buying the chairs, and then we were like, okay, well, I guess it's time to buy tables.
We need more than just chairs.
And
so there's been a lot of good costs with the new building as well.
Absolutely.
Filling an empty building was a daunting task.
It was. But it was fun.
It was fun, yes.
And is this one of your bigger fundraisers, the golf scramble throughout the year?
No, I mean, our golf fundraiser is actually probably one of our, probably the middle.
It's pretty decent.
Okay.
The middle.
Okay.
It's pretty decent. So we do Santa in the November and December in the later months, and we really rely on that to be our biggest fundraiser.
Is that where I saw you last year when I was in
Chambersburg? Yes. Whenever you were down, but probably the coldest.
That was awful.
Day.
That was awful. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget
have
that
extreme
day.
weather.
Yes. We love extreme weather. But for the golf tournament, we're hoping for extremely neutral weather.
Yes,
sunny but not too hot. What is that Jake Owen song? Sunny and 75. Yeah, that's what we put in for.
Joe Nichols, but yes.
Joe Nichols.
Sorry, I didn't mean to correct you, but working in country music, you had it here last year.
You had to.
Here for Sound Waves last year, but yeah, Sunny and 75 is perfect. Well, where can somebody go to get more information if they wanted to sign up for the golf scramble or enroll their child in the Boys and Girls Club?
If you go to our website, that is the place where you can go to find everything that you need. So it's www.bgccs.org. You can sign up for golf there. You can register your child. There are still some after and before school slots open for this coming school year. If that's something that you're interested in, we would recommend that you do that soon, because those programs will fill up. But you can find everything you need at the website.
Perfect. Well, ladies, thank you so much for spending time with us today on Let's Talk Tri-State. And thank you for spending time with us today on Let's Talk Tri-State.
Let's Talk Tri-State.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk at 921thegoat.com.